What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer video because Arne Slot will have around 200 to 300 million pounds to spend this summer on new players, with players like Darwin Nunez, who could be sold for 70-75 million to Saudi Arabia. Luis Diaz could be sold for 60 to 70 million to Barcelona, and Tyler Morton, Waterrando, Tsimikas, these players could be sold for 20-25 million pounds each, maybe Tyler Morton for 10-15 million. So Liverpool could easily generate around 200 million pounds from player sales, plus we would still have another 100-150 million pounds of transfer budget on top of those player sales to give Arne Slot to properly strengthen the Liverpool team. Today is my birthday, so wish me happy birthday by leaving a like on this video, and you can support the channel further by donating via the thanks button below the video. You can send me a little birthday present by subscribing to my Patreon. It just costs $3 a month and it buys me like a cup of coffee on my birthday. I would really appreciate if many of you guys would sign up to my Patreon, because that way it helps this channel grow and I can invest into more equipment, because I would love to do live streams during Liverpool games. But my PC is like 15 years old, so I would need to upgrade that. Now let's look at what Arne Slot said and what Liverpool's plans are for the summer. So Arne Slot says that we know that we will strengthen in the summer, and Arne Slot has plans to make a bigger move in the transfer market. And I mean, that's not hard, because we just spent 10 million pounds last summer on Chiesa and we haven't spent anything since. I'm not counting the Mamadashvili transfer because that is for this summer that is coming up. And the lack of transfer business last summer was a deliberate strategy by Liverpool, because Arne Slot and the Liverpool hierarchy thought that this squad is good enough to have a good first season, and we have surpassed expectations so far. Liverpool are favourites for the title, the Premier League title and the Champions League. But in these run of games where we have to play 5 games in 15 days, it's a brutal, grueling schedule and the whole squad is stretched. Probably we need a backup for Ryan Gravenberch as well, because he has been pretty much played almost every game, every big game, and he has overstretched and extended himself, and that's why he looks a little bit tired and exhausted. So Liverpool are planning for a busier summer as they look to mold the squad to Arne Slot's demands. That's what he said. Liverpool have been quiet in the market since Arne Slot replaced Jurgen Klopp, but he has pinpointed the positions that the team needs to upgrade, and we will look at those positions in this video as well, and we will talk specifically about Darwin Nunez in this video and the links to Saudi Arabia as well. Arne Slot said, we are looking at every single position in the team, and we are looking at the team, and I think we have said this many times last summer, we didn't do a lot of business because we, Richard Hughes, me, Arne Slot, and all the other people involved in the Liverpool decision making just wanted to know how these players were working with me. Now we have a very good idea about that. I'm not going to tell you which positions we prefer, but it is clear that we have assessed the squad, we have assessed what we think where we can improve, and that's where we try to go for in the summer. And Arne Slot also said that he likes players who can turn quickly, who can make decisions quickly and execute those quickly. And that's why probably we haven't seen much of Waterrando, because he's a slower player, and we haven't seen much of Harvey Elliott because he's not that quick either. So maybe those two players could be sold in the summer. Liverpool have to be careful though not to sell too many players, because if you turn over 8 to 10 players leaving and 5, 6, 7, 8 players coming in, that would totally disrupt the Liverpool squad harmony and it would be a complete rebuild. And Liverpool don't want to go into next season in the rebuild phase. We want to sustain the title challenge next season. Of course, the matters are complicated by the big freeze contracts, Van Dijk, Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold being out of contract. If any of those players were to depart, it would put a different spin on the summer transfer activity, because then on top of Liverpool addressing the left back position, the striker position, the defensive midfield position, maybe even the centre back position with Gomez constantly injured and Kwanzaa, still a young player. Liverpool have 2 senior centre backs who we can rely on truly. Maybe Liverpool would need to sign a centre-back as well, but if you need to replace Salah and Van Dijk and or Trent Alexander-Arnold, that would put huge pressure on the Liverpool transfer budget. And Man City are having their worst season under Pep Guardiola. Let me know your score prediction for the Manchester City-Liverpool game. And Pep Guardiola once again is proving to be a checkbook manager, because when Man City are really in trouble, instead of Guardiola showing his genius tactics on the football pitch, he goes out and spends £200 million in the January transfer window. And that's showing City showing great ambition, City showing their financial muscles. But I would love to see what Guardiola could do without actually spending hundreds of millions of pounds in the transfer market on new players. But Arne Slot said, if you take 2 months ago, I think it's fair to say Man City weren't at their best. Their players will be at their best again. We'll have to be the best preparation that they could do. And even for Man City players that have experienced so many great things, I think it's still a special game to play, Man City against Liverpool. I think we have to be at our best to keep this unbeaten run of 22 games going. And it's not ideal that Liverpool are now kind of in a must-win situation. If we draw against Man City, that will be 3 draws in 4 Premier League games, and then Arsenal could cut the gap to 3 or 2 points if Liverpool lose the game against Man City. And not winning against Aston Villa puts huge pressure on this Man City-Liverpool game, but hopefully Mo Salah will turn up, because he loves to score against Man City. Mo Salah already scored 13 goals against Man City. And now let's look at the Darwin Nunez, because James Pearce confirmed that Liverpool will look to sell Darwin Nunez this summer. And I think that's a fair assessment, that it's more likely that Darwin Nunez will leave Liverpool than he will stay. James Pearce from The Athletic reports that this could have been a crowning moment for Darwin Nunez if he scores into the open goal after Dominic Szoboszlai's pass. He could have been a hero to win the game 3-2 and to be Liverpool's hero in the title race. He was already the hero against Brentford, but his continued difficulties have cast doubt on Darwin Nunez's future. And this chance pretty much sums up Darwin Nunez's Liverpool career. He has a great run into the box. He's busting a gut to get there, but then he's over enthusiastic, not calm enough, not close enough. I slowed down the replay many times, and even if Darwin Nunez has a weaker shot on the floor, it doesn't blast it, even then Disasi wouldn't be able to block it, because he was a good 1 yard away when Darwin Nunez actually strikes the ball. The moment he strikes the ball, Disasi's leg is still here, so the ball has a clear trajectory towards goal. Darwin Nunez just needs to tap it in. He doesn't need to score a big goal into the roof of the net, but he tries the spectacular, and I don't understand why Darwin Nunez hits that ball so hard. It wasn't necessary at all. And Darwin Nunez's statistics illustrate a concerning trend. Even though Darwin Nunez has an expected goals of 9.6, his actual goal tally is just 6 goals. So he constantly underperforms his expected goals, and his limited impact in the game against Aston Villa, where he only had 10 touches and minimal successful engagement, underlines a disconnect from Liverpool's overall rhythm and strategy. And the main reason why Liverpool rejected all the offers from Saudi Arabia for Darwin Nunez is we couldn't have signed decent, good enough replacement. And Liverpool selling Nunez for 60-70 million in January, but not being able to bring in anyone good enough to replace him long term wouldn't have actually helped Liverpool in the title race, it would have actually hindered them. And Liverpool want a striker who is more suited to Arne Slot's playing style, and Alexander Isak could be that kind of player. As a Liverpool fan, it's obvious that many Liverpool fans like myself feel very disappointed and very frustrated about Darwin Nunez and his whole Liverpool career. especially this season. His second season was actually pretty good, dare I say, borderline brilliant. But this season he has regressed massively because Liverpool are going through the wings, and especially Mo Salah on our attacks. We are not building the team around our striker, and Liverpool would actually improve massively if we had a clinical striker who puts the chances away, somebody who can embody Arne Slot's dynamic approach and who can deliver consistently. And I wanted to show you Darwin Nunez's scouting report for the last 1 year, 365 days, and actually in terms of expected goals, shots, non-penalty expected goals and expected assists, he's actually up there. So if he had a better finishing and better passing, he would be a great striker, good enough to play for Liverpool. But his actual goals is 0.44 per 90 minutes, which is not great. But the problem is his assists is down to 0.13 assists per 90 minutes. So he's getting around 1 goal and an assist every 2 games. The problem is he misses these crucial big chances in crucial parts of big games where Liverpool lost so many points because of Darwin Nunez's misses. In terms of his progressive passes, carries, touches in the attacking penalty area and progressive passes recorded, he's actually pretty good, and defensively, like pressing, he's brilliant. He has top 2% for tackles among other strikers, but as you can see, his passing is really bad. Pass completion rate just 67.8%, and he only attempts 18.5 passes per 90 minutes, which is pretty dreadful. So he's not great in linking up play, getting his teammates on the ball, and Liverpool need a much better striker, not just in terms of finishing, clinical ability, but also in terms of who can distribute the ball much better than Darwin Nunez. And Arne Slot realized pretty early that Darwin Nunez is not the kind of striker that suits his system, so he even played Luis Diaz as a false number 9, and Diogo Jota, when he is fit, he's the number 1 striker ahead of Nunez. Of course, Liverpool were still in all 4 competitions when Liverpool decided not to sell Nunez in the January transfer window, but Liverpool gave serious thought of that. And according to a fresh update from Fabrizio Romano, the expectation is that Darwin Nunez will move to Saudi Arabia in the summer. He said the expectation in the football industry of those close to all parties involved in this story is that from Saudi they can return for Darwin Nunez. Let's see also if something will happen with European clubs. They maybe will be interested. I just doubt that European clubs would pay 70 million pounds for Darwin Nunez, because Saudi clubs would easily pay that. But from Saudi they remain keen on Darwin Nunez, and so I think Darwin has concrete chances to leave Liverpool in the summer transfer window. I told you last week, and today I can confirm, there is this feeling that it's a concrete possibility for Darwin Nunez to leave and for Liverpool to change something up front. And I mean, it's a no-brainer for Liverpool to sell a striker for 70 million who only scored 6 goals this season, even though he got a lot of opportunities from Arne Slot. He started a lot of games and he's still very inconsistent, and it really is painful because Darwin Nunez is always working hard. Arne Slot actually criticized him after he missed that big chance, that his work rate dropped, his head dropped, he just lost it mentally, and you can never get any chance missed to affect you mentally. Mo Salah is brilliant at this, that even if he misses a big chance, he just smiles and gets on with it, and he makes sure that he scores the next one. Darwin Nunez should have the same mentality, but they don't have the same mentality, they don't have the same composure, not anywhere close. And oh wow, is it true that the last time Darwin Nunez scored in the Premier League as a starter is against Aston Villa in early November, 23 Liverpool matches ago, 101 days ago. Since then, Darwin Nunez, I'm not sure how many games he started, but he still started a fair few games in the Premier League. He hasn't scored as a starter He scored 2 against Brentford as a substitute, which was brilliant, but with now Jota back fully fit and Luis Diaz in the squad, Darwin Nunez will have very little game time. And I would actually try to play Chiesa in the absence of Cody Gakpo. Who knows what would have happened if Chiesa comes on instead of Nunez against Aston Villa, and maybe Luis Diaz could have been playing up front instead of Nunez. I think Luis Diaz scores that chance that Nunez missed, the open goal chance. And when Darwin Nunez appeared in a Liverpool Football Club video, like a game show or something, a quiz video or something, Darwin Nunez was joking, come on Saudi, when he was asked about how many cars he has and he needs more money to buy more cars. He was joking about going to Saudi. To Luis Diaz, who was laughing his head off at that. But you know, that's just banter between Liverpool players. But I think there is some truth in that the footballers know that at Saudi they would get huge amounts of money. And this is the criticism from Arne Slot. He said it is not the chance that was the problem with Darwin Nunez, but the 20 minutes afterwards that I will talk to Darwin about, Arne Slot said. I will tell him that you can miss a chance, but you cannot miss out on work rate. And that's, I think, the first time that I heard Arne Slot openly criticizing Darwin Nunez. And he's right. If you miss a big chance, you can't just let your head drop and not work hard enough in the next 20 minutes and not do the basics right. And that's what strikers need to do. If you don't score regularly, do the basics right. Work hard, make the runs, and be more cool and calm in front of goal. Not get overly anxious that you are not scoring regularly. And that's a damning criticism from Arne Slot. Because the biggest praise that Darwin Nunez has is his work rate. So when he is missing that work rate, then he offers very little. And Darwin Nunez also made a post after the Aston Villa game. He got huge criticism. Some of the Liverpool fans went way over the top, which I don't accept. You can always be honest and criticize a player without actually abusing them and without actually insulting them, because that's never on. That's why Liverpool fans should be supporters and not just critics of the players. But Darwin Nunez amended his first post that was deleted. The deleted post sounded like 2-3 weeks ago Darwin Nunez was the best. Darwin gave us the 3 points against Brentford. But yesterday I was unlucky enough to miss a goal and I'm once again the worst and the failure. I don't fall, I get up, I'm never going to give up. I'm going to give it my all until the last day I have to be in Liverpool. Resilience. And yeah, I can understand why Darwin Nunez was frustrated with the over-the-top criticism, but again, sometimes he's too emotional. He should calm down and be cool, both on the pitch and off the pitch as well. And it comes sadly with the territory when you are a big game player. When you are a big player at a big club like Liverpool, you have some moron fans who will insult and criticize you over the top, and that's not on. But Darwin Nunez shouldn't read his social media too much after a game like this, because still plenty of Liverpool fans support Darwin Nunez, and it would be just classic Darwin Nunez if he plays against Man City and scores the winner. That's the life of a footballer. It can change quickly, so hopefully that will happen. But I don't care who scores, just that Liverpool win the game against Man City. Come on Liverpool. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.